Hello, viewers. This is another episode of your program, 10 Minutes with You. My name is Damilola Alfred, and I will be your host. This is a program where we discuss how your Christian life influences your day to day activities. It's going to be a very interesting program today. I have with me a unique personality who will be here to tell us how his Christian life influences his day to day activities. But we have to go on a very short break now. We will be right back. You are welcome back. It's still your favorite program, 10 Minutes with You. And with me on the show today is Mr. Goswe Nemeka Ogbona. He's into media printing and he's also a graphic instructor. Mr. Goswe, you are welcome.
Thank you very much.
How's your day?
Been wonderful.
That's nice. I have some questions for you.
Okay.
Let me start this way. You are into printing. What inspired you to choose printing as a choosing career?
That's an interesting question. Thank you once again. What inspired me, that is the inspiration, was basically the need to assist the body of Christ, one, and some few friends around who have need of getting their works printed, publicity for whatever they want to do, weddings, church programs, birthday or whatever, but are unable to know how to go about it. At least I should, beyond what they want, give them a guide to get into what they want.
That's interesting. You see, there is a common culture that is associated with your profession. I mean, printing generally. There is this habit of disappointing customers, and one keeps to wonder: is it part of the things you learn from the work, or is it what actually is the cause, and why do you people enjoy doing that?
That's a very indicting question, but however, I will know how to go about it. First of all, beyond the printing, you are an individual, so you should build a culture of excellence, integrity, and honesty. If that is established, there are cases I know that you may not be able to meet up with your agreement with a client, but being able to talk with the client, keep in constant communication with the client, gives the client an assurance that you are different. But when you turn off your phone or whatever, it's very bad. So the disappointment is not part of what we learned.
Okay.
For some persons, they have it as a habit. But what we do here is we try to get the work on time. Once you get to us on time, we'll be able to beat the time.
Is a forgery and plagiarism. They are very serious offense. And if you look at it very well, in printing generally is most rampant. What's your perspective about it? What is the cause? Is it because of the pay or there is something else?
To be sincere, the pay is a major attraction for such compromise. But then, um, when I was learning, I saw that. But it has to do with the individual concern. You have to make a decision that concerning what you do, this is not going to be part of it. I had occasions where they gave it another name, and the cost of doing that, I discovered it's still the same thing. At one or two occasions where we fall into it ignorantly, we did not eat the money because of our conscience and training as believers. But along the line where I knew the tricks around it, I had to avoid it totally. But generally, it's because of the pay. For someone to forge a certificate, driver's license, another forms of forgery he knows the implication, so he will offer to pay you higher. And in printing, the major attraction is the money you get at the end of the day. Beyond the job, how whatever it looks like, what are you going to take home? So if you're able to avoid that temptation, then it means you are different. And I remember, like I said before, you are building a name. You are building a name. That's just the name.
I was about asking you if someone can ignorantly fall into the tricks, but you just told me that it is possible. Now let me ask, if you already getting yourself involved, you're already on the walk, and later you discover that this is forgery, or especially in the case of plagiarism, how do you handle it? You are already involved.
Hmm. Okay, you're already into it, and you also have an option to say, I wish to withdraw. Where that option is possible, if you still want to maintain your stand as a believer, okay, except if you're not one, because the case is, how does your conscience reflect in what you do, your decisions? So if that is the case, you have to opt out.
Withdraw.
Whatever be the implication, that the person you're no longer doing it. It may go with it may attract several things, yes, but at the same time you are going on home with a peace of mind.
But what about the huge amount of money that has been paid as deposits for the same job?
Money, a wise man said, is a distraction. But then if you're able to avoid this distraction and know that, like our adage says, a good name is better than riches. So if you're able to get the good name, that good name, in fact, in accounting, we call it goodwill. Goodwill is also an asset. Over time, it will pay you. There are things and people who visit the office where I work, not because the man is so fantastic in Enugu, but because over time, there is this thing about him that he has been into it before, and he had to decide to opt out. And so when he opted out, people over time started liking him. At the initial time, it can be tempting that people will not be coming, because it seems that this is the trending thing. People tend to be coming for something so bad. They want you to change this into this, to want you to give them something they are not. And that area pays more, even for lecturers, even in other fields. Anything that is false pays more. But in a world like this, where you want to model Christ in the course of what you are doing, you have to stick to your ground. It pays.
But there's a singular thing I want to faction out of this.
Okay.
You have been given deposits of this particular job,
Yeah.
and you've started spending the money on that project.
Yeah.
Later, you discover it is forgery or plagiarism. As a Christian, will you return the money, or so that everything can just go?
Yes, I love that clause, as a Christian. As a Christian, you can lose to maintain that name, Christianity. Of course, people have lost several things before you came into the picture. People have lost valuable things in the course of maintaining their Christianity. So you have to lose your own. And the Bible said, if you abandon all these things and follow me, Peter asked Jesus, what will be my gain? Jesus told him, you gain all these things hundredfold, and most importantly, eternity with him. So that's the focus.
That's lovely. That's lovely. You are a counselor in your place of worship. I would like to know, is there a way media print can play a better role in Christianity?
Yes.
I'm sure it has been playing some role.
Yes.
Is there any better role media print can play in Christianity?
Yeah, a huge role. Like in church, you need to let the public know what you are doing. So that's where media comes in. You need to get a flyer to advertise a program you are doing. You have to get a billboard to give direction to where a place of worship. You have to make video clips available for people to be captivated in any kind of event you're trying to host. You have to give all manner of attention from the public. So that's where media comes in. So it's very, very important, because we are actually in a world where the social media is taking the lead. So you have to do everything you can to be involved.
That's wonderful. Let me ask you this last question. If not printing, it will have been what?
If not printing, it would have been printing.
Wow.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
Viewers, we will not go further than this today. You just heard him. If not printing, it will have still been printing. I hope to meet you next week on this same channel. Have a very wonderful time.